So here's a common problem. You notice that your air conditioning isn't working very well, so you go outside to see if there's anything obvious that you could see. And you notice that there's a little bit of ice forming on the lines that go into your outdoor unit. So what's going on there? Well, a common misconception I hear about this problem is that freezing up is due to setting the thermostat down too low. That's actually not true. See, I think that comes from a misunderstanding of how a residential air conditioner works. It's not like a car air conditioner where you turn the dial down and the air comes out colder. The air actually comes out the same temperature out of your vents no matter how low or high you have the thermostat set. It's just a matter of how long it's going to run. So it's going to output that air at the exact same temperature until the thermostat realizes, okay, the ambient air around me has reached the temperature that I am set to. I can turn this air conditioner off now. So an air conditioner shouldn't freeze no matter what you have the thermostat set to. So what is going on? Well, there's a couple of possibilities. One of the most common that I see is a dirty air filter. So a dirty air filter is going to cause the unit to freeze up because of an air restriction. So this right here is your indoor coil. When your unit freezes up, this is the first thing to freeze. It's going to start to freeze up in here, along these copper lines, all the way outside to your outdoor unit. So typically the air blows through here, and this is what gets cold, and this is where the coolness is coming from. It's right here. So when your air filter gets dirty, it's not going to be able to push the air through fast enough to expel the coolness off of this coil, meaning that all of the condensation forming around it, all of the humidity in the air around it is going to freeze because the air is not moving past it fast enough. The other most common problem that I see is a low refrigerant level. So why would not enough refrigerant make the unit freeze up? Well, that's a little bit of a complicated explanation, but the best way I can put it is if you've ever used a can of compressed air, like for cleaning off a keyboard or something like that, then you may have experienced a common phenomenon. So you notice when the level of the can gets low, the outside of the can might start to frost up. That is due to a very similar situation. When there's too much empty space in the system, it will cause the outside of the coil to get too cold. That's no good. So when that happens, your indoor coil will start to freeze, same as if you had a dirty air filter. So to remedy that situation, you're going to have some refrigerant added. Now, if you're having to add refrigerant, that's not normal. So a lot of people think that you're supposed to add Freon or whatever refrigerant your system uses on a regular basis. That is not the case. If you have a problem with adding Freon, you probably have a leak somewhere that's going to need to be addressed. Okay, so we know our coil's frozen up. What do we do about it? What I would recommend is turning the system completely off and calling a professional. Now, a lot of people ask, well, do I have to turn it completely off? Can I just run it on fan only? Can I turn the heat on to help melt the ice faster? And the answer is that you can, but you have to be aware of the risks associated. So because this is a block of ice and typically air is going to blow through it, now it's not going to be able to. It's a block of ice, right? So it's going to put a lot of back pressure on your blower motor that's trying to push air up and through it. So it's kind of hard on your motor, and you just have to be aware that if you have an older motor, that's probably not so good for it. You could potentially burn it out and cost yourself even more money by doing that. So I would recommend turning it completely off and calling a professional. If you're in the Metro Atlanta area, give us a call. We're Comfort Control. Otherwise, I would recommend going online and looking at reviews and making sure you get somebody reputable. All right, well, I hope that answered your questions. Give our other videos a watch, like us, subscribe to us. If you have any further questions that we can help you with, feel free to give us a call. Our number is 770-932-1306.